Hey everybody, Jared of Second Life Design. I'm working on a slab top today. It's a bar top for a good client. I'm going to be repairing some knot holes. There's a few different ways I repair things. There's kind of depends on the size and where it's at. There's different methods to repair knot holes in live edge slabs. If it's a larger void, do epoxy. There's a lot of good videos on that. But if it's smaller, little cracks, hairline cracks, smaller knots, pinholes in the epoxy, whatever. There's kind of some different methods. I'm going to do probably a couple videos on this as I'm working on this slab. I wanted to do a better series of kind of following through one project, beginning to end, but it's just not worked out timing wise. I got to get this piece done. So I'm going to kind of piece it together, get as much good information as I can. I think that's what everybody likes. And just kind of use this video and the next one when I get a chance to do it. So this one is going to be over they're called knot filler sticks. You use a glue gun to install them. They come from a company called Rangate. I'll put a link to them down below. This is a super quick repair. I value my time a lot. I'm a part-time woodworker, so I only have so many hours in the shop, and I don't want to waste that time. There's nothing more aggravating than coming out after you've worked all day at a day job, coming out to work on a slab, and you've done your epoxy pour to fill all your big voids, and you pull the tape off, and then see that you have a bunch of pinholes, or it didn't get somewhere, and then you know you're going to be stuck for another day. You'll do another pour, and then you got to wait for that to dry. With this gives you a little more flexibility. It's very, very quick. So I'm gonna do this whole video in real time, or I'll do the repair in real time. There's 3 different voids. I'll get as close-ups as I can. I really, really like this product. I'll drop the link below. I think it can be a big time saver for a lot of people. It's been floating around Instagram a little bit, but it seems to be kind of an unknown thing. But very, very quick, very, very stable. Really like this product. So I just want to pass it along, and hopefully everybody gets some good information from it. So just keep following along. We'll go from there. Okay, this is going to be kind of clunky and kind of chopped up, but I have 3 knots in this whole bar top. Kind of see the whole piece of it here. It's 8 feet long that way. The short side's 5 feet long. I want to do this in real time, make all 3 repairs while I'm walking and talking here, just so you can kind of illustrate how quick this really is and how much of a time saver this can be. So there's not a lot to it. When you order these knot filler sticks, they come in sticks. They are the 1/2-inch diameter. You need an industrial glue gun to melt them. I'll put a link to the one I found on Amazon that works fine. It heats it up really quick, but this is a hard plastic. This is not like your typical glue sticks that are gonna be kind of on the softer side. This is a hard plastic. Like my fingernail won't leave an impression in it. Works very well for this application. You need the glue gun, the stick, a chill block. So this is just a piece of 2-inch or 1/2-inch thick aluminum, 2 inches wide, 10 inches long. I use this to cool everything down, and you'll see how this works as we're going. And then just a regular chisel, wide chisel works really well. So yeah, that's what we're gonna use for this. Kind of bear with me as I get moved around here. You can kind of see my first repair there. I'm gonna zoom in. Okay, so that's my knot hole. Let's see if I can get a little closer even. Again, I apologize for this, but filming and doing this at the same time doesn't always work. Okay, so there we go. We got a quarter next to it. You can kind of see the size of it. I'll try and keep my head out of the way here. So this is a pretty good sized void, roughly the size of a quarter. It's got some depth to it. Normally this would be something I would use epoxy for without a doubt. It has some depth to it. You want to stabilize this little knot here, this piece. It's kind of loose. So prior to this, I blew this out, used some compressed air, blew it all out. But for this to work, you just kind of squirt the plastic down in there. It's so hot, it will flow in there pretty well. Just kind of cover it all up. Cover up your whole area. And place the aluminum block right on it. So the aluminum block's kind of doing 2 things. where it's flattening it all out, it's pushing it all down into the voids, but it's also cooling it down really quick. So this stuff is so hot, it's 400 degrees or whatever melting point. The aluminum cools it down really quick to get it back to the plastic form. So it just kind of makes the repair very quick. So let me hit that for another couple seconds. That was a lot in there. The aluminum never gets hot to the touch. There's so much mass here that it never really does anything. And you can kind of see what's left over there, just a plastic film. Have our really wide, really sharp chisel, and you just kind of sneak under it and cut the plastic off. That's really all there is to it. And just kind of got to work it easy so it doesn't pull anything out. And that's it. Yeah, that's totally cool. You know, the block worked fine. So from here, I would sand this. This color is sandable. I have 2 more repairs I'm going to do, so we're not done yet. But yeah, totally filled that in, and a little more finish work after that. You know, do some sanding. May have to come back with some CA glue or do another fill of a couple things here. But that is the repair. As opposed to letting the epoxy sit for 4 hours and wait for that and be down another day of work. We're up and running in 15 minutes, you know, less than that, 10 minutes. So that's why this stuff really appeals to me and why I really like it. Let me zoom out here. I'm gonna move the tripod around. So my other couple holes here. Okay, let me get into position. So these are a little bit smaller, but similar in theory. Again, I'm gonna put my quarter there for scale. You can kind of see what those are looking like. This one is pretty wide and pretty deep. Be a good candidate for this. This one you could probably get with CA glue, but I'm gonna use this anyway, just so it's all kind of similar. And why I got the block I did, I just ordered this off Amazon. It was really wide, so I can cover both of these at the same time. A lot of times when you're doing cracks or voids, they're all coming from the same place. So you get a long piece like this that's wide, it'll cover a lot, and just to speed everything up that much more. So just let that chill out for a second. And that's it. So we'll come in with our chisel. A very sharp chisel is needed for this. I'm just gonna work it back and forth, and that fills it in. There's a little bit of a hairline crack there still. I can go back over it. No big deal. Okay, perfect. All filled in. Let me do this one little spot again. I may fill in these cracks too, actually. There'd be a lot of CA glue to fill those. So we'll do it this way. Okay, so we do a little creative cooling here. Go this direction. Get about a 5 count. Yeah, just really quick. There's a lot of different colors for these. There's different wood grains, wood tones. There's different melting points. So there's a lot of options with that. They seem somewhat expensive. A pack of 9 of these sticks is, I think shipped is right around $80. One stick will last a long time. So you get a lot out of them. And again, to me, it's what's your time worth? I only have 20, 25 hours a week of woodworking. I don't want to waste 4 of those hours waiting on epoxy to dry. So it is expensive, but in the scheme of things, it's worth it just to be moving on. So you get the idea. Fills in that crack really nicely. I can spend some more time and do a little bit more with it, but that is the gist of it. And let me see if I can get that one. Once you get a good angle, you get a good feel for it, just like any other chisel operation. It's just the right angle, and that'll just peel that right off, and that's really it. So let me see if I can zoom in a little more. But that's really it. There is a color discrepancy, but once I sand it, this will all blend in. I tint my epoxy. This big hole was filled with epoxy. So this big knot hole was filled with epoxy. I tinted it black. These will match once I finish it all. Once I put any kind of finish on, they will match. So yeah, really just, it's kind of the different sizes, different repairs for different sizes of things. This was a bigger void. Did as much epoxy work as I could. These were smaller, kind of leftover. Hit them with the knot filler sticks. The smaller cracks like this, the tiny little pinholes, we'll get with CA glue. That's the 1, 2, 3 of repairing slab. So I will do some more videos on the CA glue and different kind of things with that. Any questions, leave them down below. Comments, leave them down below. Please, please, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Those really help me a lot. Any other questions, hit me up on Instagram at Second Life Design. And thank you.